Hey guys, we're back again. I wanted to put a video together this week. I've noticed that the thrift stores are starting to get a little thinned out, so we're going to try and hit up a couple stores each day and see what we find and kind of put a compilation together of the whole week. It's not like videos past where we've been able to find everything all in one day, so they've been getting pretty thinned out. There is another opening of stores happening next week, so we're going to try and hit that up. But for now, we're going to hit up a couple stores today and see what we get and see what we get the rest of the week. Go! All right, we made two stops there. Both those Goodwills are right next to each other. One's the outlet and the other one is the regular Goodwill store. At the outlet, as you saw in the video, we found a Nintendo 2DS case. It's pretty sweet. I mean, you never have too many of these. I've got a bunch of DSs at home that don't have cases, so it's good to have a couple extra ones. And then we went next door and we went to the regular Goodwill, and I saw a bunch of games in there. Some were scratched, some were ones I checked out that I already had, so I didn't want to rebuy them. And then there was this one that I needed. It was Need for Speed Carbon. So it was $5. I think it was for around 13, 14 bucks usually. So I love racing games and can never get enough. So anyway, that's what we got so far. We'll see if we catch another one later today. If not, we'll catch one tomorrow. That wasn't too bad. I saw two games in there I was thinking about grabbing over at that Half Price Books, and one of them was really scratched up, and I just didn't think, I wasn't sure if it was going to play or not. And both of them were $3 a piece, but the Fear 3 was a little risky, and I think it's only worth about $8 in the general. So and survival horror games aren't really my thing. I play them once in a while just for fun, but like, it's not really what I go for. But I did find one game you saw in the video. It was WRC 5. This is, I think, the last rally game from WRC on 360. It goes for about 18 bucks, so $3 for that's not too bad. The case has seen a little better days, but I can replace the case out pretty easily, and There was no manual, but like I said, I like racing games, and a cool World Rally game is kind of fun to have. But yeah, $3 for an $18 game at half-price books. Gotta love it. So that ended up being a lot more successful than I thought it was going to be. I walked in there, I looked around the games for a few minutes, and I didn't see any games in console games. But then there was these 3 DS games that were off to the side, and I was like, oh, cool, Ninja Turtles for 3DS. But then I opened up the case to the Ninja Turtles game, and it wasn't Ninja Turtles. It was Mario 64, which I don't have. But yeah. That's pretty cool, with only $4 for that. And then I was about to walk out the door, and I looked in the glass case on the way out. I just paid for the other game, and I saw this sitting in there. So the Nintendo DS with 8 games for $30. I was like, that's a little steep, unless the games are good. I mean, I can't imagine it being good. So I actually asked them if I could open it up just to check the hinges and everything and see what the games are. So it was the rose gold one, which goes for about $40 to $45. Hinges were good, screens were both good, but the game inside the system was Mario, New Super Mario Brothers. So that was a pretty sweet game that was already in the system. And then I opened up the case, which was a nice DS case, light case, and there was like 11 games in there. Some decent ones, some shovelware games, but well worth $30 for that. You got the case, the charger, the DS, a stylus, and even a Mario carrying case as well, which was kind of cool. So $30 for a DS Lite, rose gold, with 2 cases, stylus, and 11 games for $30. I'll take that any day of the week. Even if the games aren't the ones that I want, I can trade those in, the ones that I don't want, and keep the ones that I do. Anyway, great deals to be found. That was a great stop at St. Vincent de Paul. So here's a little overview of what we got the other day over at St. Vincent. So first of all, there was that Mario 64 game that we got for $4 that was in the Ninja Turtle case, which was pretty awesome. Then we got all this. This was $30. It originally said that it was a DS with 8 games. Well, it was a DS. The DS is, I believe, the rose, metallic rose, like the model's called. That's worth about $45, something like that. They came with the charger, a Mario carrying case, which was kind of cool, was first party. A DS Lite carrying case with all the game slots and everything. A Mario stylus, and then 12 games. A couple of them were shovelware, games that I'll probably end up trading in. Some other games in here like Lego Harry Potter. And then there was these 3 games, Mario's and Luigi Bowser Inside Story. That's the game right there that was in the system when I got it. And then the Sonic Classic Collection. So there were actually 12 games in this, not just 8. So all in all, we got 13 games, a system, charger, 2 carrying cases, and a stylus for $34. That is a screaming deal. All right, that was a good trip into Salvation Army. I usually don't find a lot at that store. they usually are kind of bare bones when it comes to video games, and I just have not had a lot of luck there in the past. And this is the first time I've actually caught it open since the quarantine ended. I think I've tried about 2 or 3 times to come over here. It's always been closed. So we found a bunch of games in there. I apologize, the video didn't show a lot of it because I found a second grouping of games after I had already looked through the first group, and there was more off to the side, and I didn't get video of it. I apologize. But found 3 games. I actually found like 7 games, but most of them were all scratched up beyond belief, so I had to give up on a couple of them. But anyway, we got Outlaw Golf and Seablade on Xbox. I always love getting a 2-pack. 2 for 1's a great deal, and plus all the games were $1.50 a piece because they were half off today. So technically these are 75 cents a piece. So that's an even better deal. We also got Burnout Revenge on 360. I actually have this on PS2, I believe, but I'd rather have the HD version on 360 if I had the choice. So yeah, pretty stoked about that. I love these arcade racer games that are like with the really good crash physics. So those are pretty fun to play. My son loved playing these. And last but not least, we got Battleship on the DS. This is actually sealed. Brand new game, $1.50. Can't imagine it's that great of a game. Most DS games kind of are meh, but it's a hit and miss thing like everything. But yeah, can't pass up on a brand new game for $1.50. So anyway, we're gonna keep on going. Try and catch me one more place before the day's out, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so I don't really hit up garage sales very much, but for some reason I was up early enough to go to this one, and I don't know if it had been picked over or not yet, but I did find a good bunch of things that I wanted. Usually everybody comes to these sales long before I ever have the interest of getting up for them, so they're usually always picked over by the time I get there. So I got lucky today, though. I'll show you guys in a few seconds here. Side note here. I actually worked for a TV news station in town, and I was out until about 4 in the morning last night because of riots going on in downtown Cincinnati. So I'm running on like 0 sleep right now. I don't know how I woke up at like 7:45 this morning. I didn't get home until after 4 a.m. I couldn't get back to sleep. I look at my phone, I saw an alert saying there's a garage sale that has games, and I'm like, well, if I can't sleep, I might as well go do something, so whatever. Anyway, we got a bunch of good games. I was pretty excited about finding some of this stuff. First of all, I don't have any of these. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I figured my son might enjoy trying to play it. It's Nintendogs the Dachshund edition. I think it's like $10. All these games by $10 combined. So I don't know what the exact amount would be per game, but I think they were like 3 for $5 on some of them, and then some of them were $1. So we also got this game multi-pack, and I didn't realize it until after I got back to the car. This is actually a $20 game. I just wanted it because I like multi-packs of games, and my son's a huge Yahtzee fan, a big Monopoly fan, so I figured we can enjoy playing this together. So let's see. We also got Hot Wheels World Race and Hot Wheels Extreme Velocity, I believe it is, on the Game Boy Advance. Not worth a lot, but my son loves racing games, and he plays them on his Game Boy Advance. If I grab them for cheap, I usually don't mind getting them for him. I also got the Pac-Man collection on Game Boy Advance. Another game not really worth a ton. I think it's like $7 or $8, but I got it for like $1, so I'm not really worried about it. Here's another one that I found that I was surprised at how much it was worth. It's 50 cents. The Massacre Special Edition. It's on PSP. The case on the PSP jewel case is not the best in the world, so I'm not positive it's going to play back properly, but it was a $15 game, so score on that one. But the win of the garage sale, and I was shocked that this was here, because if anybody is a game collector should know better than to leave this sitting around. But every college football game, the last one on each system is usually worth a ton of money. Well, this was the last college football game on PS2. It's complete, and it goes for about $60. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, how is that still there? Because there was literally two or three people like already looking through the games when I first got there. So I was shocked that that was still around, and I'm pretty stoked I got all these games for about $10, I believe it was. So can't beat that. Anyway, we'll keep on going and see what we find the rest of the week. We found some stuff in there. Unfortunately, I already had Operation Raccoon City, the Resident Evil game that you saw in the video. I have it on PS3, and the Xbox 360 version is only worth like $6, so and they wanted $5 for it. So it's not really worth getting a second version of it, because it's not really much of a deal. And you did see that Tiger Woods game. Now, the Tiger Woods games on the Wii are actually pretty expensive. I think 10 is about $17, $18. Tiger Woods 11 is somewhere in the mid-20s to 30s, and then Tiger Woods 12, I think it's going for like close to $50. So if you see those out there, grab them if you can, because those are worth a good chunk of change, and usually pretty cheap no matter where you find them. And they're probably pretty plentiful, because I mean, it's a sports game, and most people don't really hold on to those for very long. So anyway, also there was a Kinect sensor in there, but they wanted $14 for it. And that's the second time I've seen a Kinect sensor in there where they charge $14. So obviously somebody's buying it, because the first one already got sold, and that one's in there now. And even on half off day, which they're not actually having right now, I don't think I'd want to pay $7 for a Kinect sensor. I mean, I get them for less than $5 usually at most places. So I don't know, somebody's buying it, but definitely not going to be me. But anyway, like you saw in the video, we did pick up Tiger Woods. That Raccoon City, like I said, was not really worth the money. I already had it on PS3. We got Tiger Woods 10. It's in perfect condition. Only $4. So I can't complain about that. And one thing cool I thought I saw on the back of it was they do disc golf on this one. So that's kind of cool. I didn't realize that was even an option on these games. And I'm willing to try that out. But hey, got a game for $4, worth about $17, $18. Can't complain about that one bit. All right, I think that's probably going to wrap it up for this episode. Had a good week so far. We actually found some good stuff, a lot of good DS stuff, and hey, good weeks and bad weeks, they're all going to come. But anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. If you get a chance to like and subscribe, feel free. I appreciate it so much, and keep hunting.